Hey everybody, it's Lynna and you're watching Lynna's Life, and this is kind of where everything starts to get real. I'm looking at just a little over 24 hours before my breast augmentation surgery takes place. I'm thinking about a lot of things. My brain is always running, and sometimes there's just no words. There's just no words to describe things. I am utterly grateful for being able to be at this place in my life at this time. Given what I've been through in the last 6 months and stuff, this is like the greatest gift I could have ever gotten. Yeah, I've been thinking and kind of like putting it into context, and there's life BB, which is before boobs, and then life AB after boobs, and this is my last day in the BB before boobs, and I just don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen, with regards to my emotions and stuff when I do see my new body for the first time. I'm gonna be so grateful, so excited. Shadow stop. I'm utterly amazed at all the blessings that have come my way in my life in the last 4 or 5 months. It's amazing. I sit here in awe of that, which is just incredible. So, in preparation for surgery, I have picked up my meds, check. I have gotten my Hibiclens special antibacterial soap that I'm going to have to use tonight and tomorrow morning. My surgery is first thing. I'm the first one on the slate for the day, tomorrow morning at 7:45 a.m. I need to be at my appointment, my surgery appointment at 7:45. So that means that we're gonna have to wake up pretty early tomorrow morning, and my friend is gonna take me to downtown Seattle, where my surgery is going to be taking place at one of the medical centers there. It's an outpatient procedure. I will not be going under any kind of general anesthesia. I will be under a local anesthesia, I guess they call it. And I'm not unaware of such things because I had my tracheal shape done back in 2014. So I've been under, other things before. But this one is just, I was talking about it in my Facebook post, that this is something that I have always wanted. I've always wanted to have breasts and stuff, and I haven't been given the opportunity. A lot of times been thwarted, as I stated. My ex actually sabotaged my development as a trans woman. And, for years I wasn't on Spiro, and for years, for like a year, I didn't even take estradiol. So, and then we were always in this weight loss mode, where everybody's always working out, and, the push was to get strong and to be skinny and have washboard abs and, work out. But through it all, I've been through a lot, been discouraged by many times, with my transition and everything, being told things and, hearing about things. But, at the end of the day, here I am. This is a new day. This is a new moment and a new chapter in my life, and I am embracing it. I do, not want to think about anything with regards to the surgery. I just want to go in with an open mind and a clear, emotional and mental state and everything, and not like not concern myself with negativity or anything like that. That's one of the reasons that I'm not even posting as to when the surgery is, because I just don't want people to wish me wrong or wish me bad things and stuff while I'm in surgery tomorrow morning, Wednesday, June 12th at 7:45 in the morning. It's like maybe a half-hour procedure or something, if that. It's very, very simple. They're going to do an inframammary incision on the fold of both of my breasts, and they're going to then, extract, separate my muscle, my tissue, or whatever from, and then they're going to stick the implant in, and then they're going to sew it right back up, and they're dissolvable stitches and stuff, and I'll be pretty much out of it tomorrow. I'll be knocked out cold, from the anesthesia. But it's gonna be, it'll probably be like a 6-week recovery total before I get back to anything resembling normal. But by the first week or so, I should be able to get back to doing some normal things, although everything's going to be different. Everything. I mean, there's going to be so many things that are going to be new to me. There's going to be so many things that, they're just going to be different. Clothes are going to fit totally different, differently. Life is going to be different with boobs, because here you have 2 mounds of flesh that weren't on your body before. I have, like barely anything, right? I just have little, I don't know. I don't even know what they are. AA, I have no idea. All I know is that I feel some fleshiness and some breast tissue development and stuff. But it's never been like I've wanted it to be, and I actually had somebody tell me that they had been actively praying against my development and stuff. They actually told me, I've been praying that you wouldn't develop at all, And not that I believe it. Oops. Not that I believe that, that I would claim it, but just the thought that somebody would be so callous to think, you know, or so self-righteous to think that, you know, I don't know. I mean, I guess they're thinking they're doing the right thing, you know, if they don't agree with gender dysphoria or with anything regarding trans issues or gender identity issues or anything like that. So, you know, just gotta let people be where they are, you know, instead of like fighting it. You know, there's nothing you can do about that. All you can do is what you can do about yourself. You know, you can't really, you know, make others see you or make others want to see things the way you do, you know? I mean, so one of the biggest things for me that's been a cause of my ongoing dysphoria has been my breast development. Because, you know, honestly, breasts are probably the biggest outward sign of being a female. And, you know, not that all females have big breasts, which is not true, obviously, but, you know, it's like it's just something that's coveted, you know, on the female anatomy, is to be able to have breasts and stuff. And when you're already kind of like behind the eight ball with regards to that kind of thing, and nature hasn't done you any favors, you know, you tend to feel a little bad, you know, and uncomfortable with the body that you have. But that is going to be helped along, I guess, tomorrow morning. And I won't really have those issues anymore because I'll have my own, you know, bazoomers, right? But the whole thing is, you know, I can't, you know, can't wear any makeup, can't have any nail polish, no product in the hair, so everything has to be very, very like clean, and no chemicals or no oils, no nothing at all. So this is going to be an interesting week because I get dysphoric about things. You know, I didn't finish my face, you know, facial hair stuff going on and whatnot, and I just, you know, I get dysphoric about that all the time. But I got like these whites coming up right here, and I can't really paint them or anything because, well, see, so oh, the joy, right? Oh, the joy. So yeah, we're leaving this morning. The schedule basically is to arrive in the Seattle area and spend the night at my friend's house, and then my friend will pick me up at will take me to the hospital in the morning, and then I'll go in for my surgery, have it done, wake up out of my anesthetic stupor, and get back home, or not here, but get back to the place I'm going to be staying at in the Seattle area, and then just be a baby and recover. I mean, they say that you have to have T-Rex arms. You can't really move your arms that much, like above your head or anything. You can like keep your arms close to you. So it's going to be a lot of Netflix binging, a lot of pain tolerance practice by me, because I'm sure it's going to hurt. Maybe getting up and lazing around for the next week in my PJs, and t-shirt and stuff like that, and trying to keep myself from affecting anything with regards to new new breasts, because I don't want to do anything to compromise them and to add any infection or do anything to, you know, what are you doing, Shadow? He's playing with his toy. But yeah, so I've got a wonderful week ahead of me. Ouch, but it's gonna be really good. I'm really looking forward to it, and hopefully I'll just be back to normal and better than normal, right? Be better than normal. That's gonna be so awesome. Ah, you know, when you're discouraged for so long, and 6 months ago, I would never have thought that this was even remotely possible. And, I am just utterly amazed at how everything's taken place and how it's all done. And, all it needs to do is have me show up, So, I wanted to give you a little backstory, because it's been really hard to get to this place in my life, and I'm so grateful that now, 6 months ago, if you would have asked me, and told me, hey, Lynna, in 6 months you're gonna get breasts, and I'll be like, yeah, right, how, But it's amazing how God works and the universe and everything, and it reminds me of a story back in 2011 when I first started to transition. Literally, I had just come out to my then spouse, my ex-wife now, but she was not very happy with me. She thought it was like evil and I was wrong and I needed to fix it, and I needed to ask Jesus to help me and to pray, and we needed to pray together and all this stuff. But the in-laws were visiting at Christmas time. I had, come out to her like a week or two before and stuff, and told her about my situation. And now, I felt like I was sitting on like an iceberg of issues. Like she could only see that the dressing was one little piece of it, but that the bottom layer, the whole of the iceberg, was just this whole struggle with my gender, that had existed for ever since I was born, And so the in-laws encouraged us to go New Year's Eve and stuff and spend the night and celebrate, and they had no idea we were struggling, with our marriage with regards to what I had just told her. And she asked me to bring my clothes along, right? And I did. I brought my girl's suitcase luggage with me, and showed up at the motel in Bowling Green, Kentucky, the Drury Inn, and she's like, so let me see what you've got, I want to see what you've got in your suitcase and your luggage. And I said, are you sure? She goes, yes, let me see it. I want to see it. And I had recently, started buying a lot of stuff and whatnot. And one of the things that I bought was, well, two of the things that I bought were these two like fancy like sequined type, ball gowns, that I bought at this boutique that was closing its doors in downtown Nashville. And I spent like $60 on each one of them. I mean, they were expensive. They were like maybe $350, like if you were to buy them at the store regular price. So I remember they were like a size 12 or something, they were big. And I was like, if only someday I could fit into these, it'd be so nice. But yeah, So anyway, she looks at me and she says, "Let me see." So I let her see my suitcase. She pulls out these 2 gowns, right? And she looks at them. And then she goes, "I want you to look really closely." And I go, "Okay." And she starts putting one of them on. And it's like this purple, lilac color, accent with sequins and, like some pattern and stuff on it. And strapless, sleeveless, and requires a figure to be in it. I would have had to get some serious shapewear to really get it to work for me. But she looked at me and she said, "I want you to take a good look." And I started to just focus on her, and she took off her other clothes and started putting on the gown. And she goes, "You see this? You see this? You see this? You see this? You see all of this? These are curves. These are things that you will never, ever have. Ever." And do you want to know why? You want to know why you won't ever have them? Because I am a woman and you are not. You are a man. I looked at her and I was like, okay. And I was like crying. My eyes were like all just bloodshot. And I was in tears, because I was like, oh my God, I'll never be a woman. I'll never have curves like that, and I was so distraught, But then the more she said it, the more she fired me up inside. And inside I was like, oh no, you didn't. Oh no, you didn't just say that. You didn't go there, did you? Oh my gosh. There's a fire lit inside my heart, and I will someday have curves, honey. I will someday have breasts. And I was like, oh my gosh. This is motivation. This is incentive. So from that point on, I looked at things differently, because I was told you can never be this, and I refused to believe it, And even in my darkest moments, my dog's bugging me. Even in my darkest moments, I was, hoping that someday my dream would come true and I would be able to, become the person that I always knew myself to be, So tomorrow's a very, very significant day for me. This is the day that is going to give me the thing that they said I wouldn't be able to have. It was, I was told I'd never get them. I was told I'd never have them. And, well, I'm getting them. It's happening. It's another part of my evolution as a trans individual, as a person. And I am utterly and gratefully, thankfully aware of the blessings that have come to my life. And I look forward to this moment. I'm going to treasure this day. I say that, and from my perspective, it's easy to be upset or fired up or anything like that. But my heart breaks for her, because she never imagined that this would ever happen to her. She never had this as a scenario that would be lived out in her life. So, although I talk about things in a way that, you know, that I would feel like I see things in a certain way, I absolutely understand her absolute disgust and just how she didn't want this to take place, you know? I mean, and I feel bad, you know? I really do. And I always wish for her to find a good man, a person that would love her and would take care of her and stuff, because she deserves that, you know? It's just, with regards to me, I couldn't do anything differently, you know? I can't unbe me, undo myself, you know? So I say these things with a lot of pain, you know, because I realize that I hurt her in a tremendous way, and I'll never be able to fix it, you know. And I wish that things would have been different. I wish I could have been different. But I can only be myself. I can't be anybody else. And if I try to do something different, I end up hurting myself, you know. So tomorrow is going to be a very emotional day for me. Very much so. Tears of joy through the pain, but many tears of joy. Hey everybody, this is Lynna, and you are watching Lynna's Life. Yes, my life. In bed right now. I'm about to get up and get ready, because today is the day that we make our way to Seattle. Yep. And I've stated in the past that when it gets to be time to get out to Seattle again, that is going to be the time that it's going to be drawing closer to my surgery. So it's coming up. I'm not going to say when it's coming, but it's coming up. And by the time I get back here to Manson, I will be a different girl, that's for sure. You know, I'll have my own set of breasts, you know, that will be quite substantial. You know, nothing spectacularly off the charts crazy, you know, but something very, very fitting for my proportional body type, you know. So been looking at the time and just, you know, expecting so much in the last month and a half, and went and got the consult, and then we did the pre-op appointment. So now we're getting into the final stages, and I am going to document it all. I'm not going to share it all, you know, on a daily basis with regards to, you know, after my surgery. I will be posting, you know, Facebook lives and stuff like that, as I find myself being able to, but I want to document everything that's going to be taking place in the next, you know, 2 weeks or so. So that's kind of like rough estimate of what's going to be taking place here. It's coming up really soon, and I am just really excited. I mean, I'm super excited this moment is a moment that I've waited for my entire life. My entire life. You know, those of you who've had it, you know, and I've spoken to several other of my sisters that have had it. And, yeah. You guys get it. You guys understand how significant it is. You know, you guys know what it, there's a stray here. You guys know what it means, you know, how the rush of emotions and the things that one goes through, you know, to get to this place that, for one, but then to finally be at the doorstep of it is like, oh my gosh. And then once you cross the door and the threshold of the door and you get in and you see from the other side, I can only imagine what it's going to feel like, you know. I mean, I know it's not bottom surgery, you know, but in a way, breast augmentation is probably the most physically noticeable of all the feminization surgeries that MTF would do. You know, I mean, there's also a nose job or a brow shave or, you know, chin or whatever, all the different facial feminizations that they do. And there's the voice surgeries that people go through and stuff like that. But I think that breasts are special. Breasts are, you know, such a symbol of femininity. And for any woman, you know, it's a treasured part, you know, to have on your body. And it's a symbol of your womanness, you know, and your femininity. So I am so looking forward to being able to just be comfortable in my body. You know, I mean, it's like, it's tough. It's really tough, you know, having a body that you don't feel comfortable in. Not that it's a mistake, but it's a challenge to be in it. Because I don't think it's a mistake. I don't think what happened to me was a mistake. I just think that I was given a set of challenges in this lifetime. And I guess I was deemed capable of handling it. I don't know. Sometimes I don't think I can handle it, but, you know, God never gives you more than you can handle, right? So I guess it is what it is. But I'm so looking forward to everything. I'm looking forward to, you know, the pain and the happiness, the sadness, the joys and everything else that comes along with having breast augmentation. Because I know that through the pain and through the negative feelings and stuff that I'm probably going to go through, that, you know, there's going to be a wonderful, wonderful rainbow at the end of it, you know. And I don't know, maybe it'll be easy. Maybe it won't feel like anything. But it's better to prepare yourself for the worst and then go, oh, I thought it was going to be worse than that, you know. And instead of like thinking, oh, it's not a big deal, you know, it's no big, oh, you know, I'll be fine, you know, I don't think I'm going to take any painkillers, which I was saying like the other day, and it's like, are you crazy? You need to do what you have to do. So I have my prescription for oxycodone, and I have my prescriptions, you know, for the vomiting medication. I think it's like some Zofran or something. I'm going to ask my doctor about getting potentially some antibiotics or something like that, because want to really fight against any infection and stuff like that, because that's like really important for me. And I'm just going to be a baby, you know. I'm going to be a baby for the next, you know, 2 weeks, you know, leading up to everything, and I'm just going to wait and wait and wait. So I am so happy. I better get going though, because I don't want to make my friend late, you know. Well, it's not like she has to be anywhere, but she said that we were going to be leaving here around 10 o'clock, and it's, you know, I think it's like almost 8 now. So I'm going to go get some breakfast. I'm not supposed to eat anything after midnight tonight, so I probably won't have a lot at all throughout the day. because I want to clean out my system even more, because I don't want to be vomiting in the operating room or anything like that, or before or after or anything. So yeah, those of you, did I just say something that I shouldn't have said? I did. Okay, X this one. So I revealed a little bit too much in that other video, which, I always have to catch myself because I always give myself away. So what I'm saying is that I'm super excited and I can't wait to get on with this part of my journey, and I'm looking forward to everything, and I will keep you guys posted and updated, as everything progresses and stuff, as I get to the day where I'm going to have my surgery. But for now, I'm just going to keep it anonymous. I'm not going to let anybody know what's going on or when it is or whatnot, because I don't want well-wishers, not well-wishers, I want well-wishers. I just don't want negative Nellies to be out there praying against me or throwing curses at me, or, like when I'm in surgery. So I don't need any of that stuff. So those of you who think you can do that, you won't know. So, you won't know. Anyway, I totally lost my train of thought because I went into details that I shouldn't have been giving at this time. So, I just wanted to say that I better get ready. My friend, wants to be out the door by 10 o'clock, so we're gonna make our way over to the mountains and out to my other friend's house, and we're gonna get myself ready for the upcoming next few weeks and stuff, and see what, after it's all over, I will then do live. But up until then, I will not do anything live, because I don't want to give anything away as to when it's going to be. So, see you guys later. Bye.